let's talk about the process. So many employers look at workers' comp as an antagonistic situation where it's an employer versus employee situation. How do you think of it, Jennifer?
I don't think of it that way. And just like employers think of it that way, sometimes employees do too. Come and they'll say, oh, I feel bad. Sometimes I really love my employer, but I'm having such a hard time through the workers' compensation process. Things aren't getting approved. I'm not getting treatment, but I feel bad making a claim or getting an attorney. And then there's some times where the clients are really upset with their employer. They feel hurt them because they're not getting treatment approved. They're like, I've been so loyal and they won't let me get my MRI. And what I explain to them is that it doesn't really matter what the relationship was with you and your employer. This workers' compensation claim is going through their insurance. So they don't have any control whatsoever over whether your MRI is approved or what doctors are on the medical provider network. So it's as personal as each one is taking it.
So then in order for it to be smooth, and yes, and of course it's always a painful process, but to be the best for everyone it can be, an employer should really stand up, put up that wall between them, and let the insurance handle it instead of involving themselves. Right? Because sometimes I hear from employers, I hear from the other side. I deal with employers, and they say, this employee's taking advantage. They weren't really hurt. These other things I heard. I took care of this person. They worked with me for so long, and I made sure I kept them on even when I didn't have work. It's some of the things that I hear sometimes. So you're right. It's not a personal thing that they're going through this injury and it needs to be addressed, but it is a personal thing in that you're dealing with relationships.
Right.
So the employer needs to realize that this is not a thing that can be decided just because I care about you or I don't like you or I want to punish you. It's a question of what we can do fair and equitably to make that employee whole so that he can work again. That's really what we're looking at. From what
yeah, and what I would recommend to the employer is work with your adjuster. The adjuster will reach out to the employer to ask for certain information, their knowledge of the injury, how it took place, how it was reported. And so he'll work with his adjuster, and they will, if the applicant or the injured employee is represented by counsel, the insurance company has counsel that will be guiding them through the process as well. So the employer should really be working with them.